Yeah, so guys, now we're going to look at collectors. We saw that in the previous streams we have been using .collectors a lot, and we want to quickly look at collectors and what it does for us. We are not going to explain like everything that you need to know about collectors. We're just going to touch the basics, and you have the responsibility to go and dig into collectors, and you will see that it's actually very powerful to use with streams. So we're going to start with the toList. So what we have here, we have words that we are going to count that are in French, and what we want to do is that we want to split the string, and as you can see here, our delimiter, we are saying anything that is not a digit and is not a character should be taken as a delimiter. So in this case, all these things will be taken as a delimiter, and at the end of the day, this will be the list. So for now, I'm just gonna say sutu, and then I'm gonna say tloho, and then I'm gonna say lerato, I'm gonna say zinhle, nomfundo, and I'm gonna say sutu here. So as you can see, if we run this code, we are going to print everything in here. I'm just going to show you quickly. Don't be confused by this pattern that we have created here to actually split our string. So as I said, we can put comma here, can push this, and if we run this code, it will still get the same result because of the regular expression we have passed here. But that is not what we wanted to demonstrate. What we wanted to demonstrate is the fact that here you are able to do this as a stream, and you are able to collect it. So the collection.toList will convert your stream into a list. So as you can see, this collect will take the stream and convert it to the appropriate type. So since we are dealing with a list of strings here, it's going to collect and returns to you a list of strings. That is what it's going to do. And now you can actually go through it and do a for each on a list. Also, it's important to mention that collect is a terminal operation. That means after you collect, a string is consumed. You cannot do anything on that string. Then we also have a toSet. So toSet, it's a member of the collectors class as well, which is used with collect. It basically will convert your stream into a set, and it will remove all duplicates. So as we see here, we say a row is a row is a row is a row. So what we're expecting is just a row is, that's it, because we see that we have these things that are repeating. So because of the collectors.toSet here, we are going to get rid of the duplicates. So I'm just going to run this code. As you see, we have a rows is, and that's it. So it still gives you this what the set the set implementation gives you, which is removing duplicates. Then we also have a tree set. We can also employ a tree set. So we know that a tree set actually just helps you to retrieve elements in the order of a comparator that you, or comparable that you will have defined. So it's still pretty much the same thing, but see what we are doing here. We are saying collectors. So as you saw here, we have collectors.toSet. Here we have collectors.toList. See what we are doing here. We are saying collectors.toCollection. So this toCollection, you can pass it any type of collection you want. For instance, here we are passing a tree set. So if we run this code, as you can see, we get them in the order that complex, Java 11, streams, and code. That is the order according to the comparable that the string implements. We don't want to check that. So now let's say we don't want a tree set. We want a head set. We can still push a head set here. Then we run the code. And we see now the order is not in the order of according to how strings are ordered. It's just a random order. It's not giving us the order that we want, or it's not giving us, it's not ordering the strings according to their to the order in alphabetic order. So this is what collection actually does for you. So let's say we want this to be just a list. So what we will do, we'll put list there. Then here we will have to put array list. Then it will work, because a list is an array list. And when we run this code, we will get a list. And we know that a list will give it to you according to the order that it appears. This is how you use toCollection. And then we also have toMap. So the toMap function is also not that difficult. So we see that we have collectors.toMap. Then we are passing it a key and a value. A key and a value. So what is our key? Our key is the string in uppercase, and a value is the same string. So if you can read what this identity does, it says returns a function that always returns its input argument. So we are going to, if we send speak, we are going to get speak back to us. So if we run this code, we are expecting to get speak in uppercase and speak in lowercase back, uppercase back in lowercase, crow uppercase, just in that order. So if we run this code, as you can see, this is what we are getting. The other one is uppercase. So let's say we wanted to give a string in uppercase and the number of characters. So that means we'll have to put integer here. And what we will then need to do is we'll need to change here. We can say so what we will then need to do is we'll need to say x, which is that string, and what we will need to do is we'll need to say s.length. Then this code will work. Or what we could have said, we could use this as a, okay, why is it saying this? It's saying s. Oh, s is already defined. Sorry guys. Okay, we can say str. Sorry, str. So it will give us the string in uppercase and the length of that string. So if we run this code, we see this is what we are getting. So we see that here it wants us to use a method reference. So basically it wants us to say string dot length, dot length. Then this should be fine. You see, so this is how a map works. So these things I'm just showing you the basic functionality, and you can dig in deep into it to look at a more powerful way of actually using them. So if I was to show you some of the codes that I have here, with streams, okay, let me say just the ones that I think they might be a bit more even more powerful to use. Just not what I'm showing you. So by more powerful, I mean, you see, this is normally what you will be doing in the industry, writing this kind of a code. As you can see, we are a bit more advanced in terms of the what we are doing. We even have collectors.grouping by, and many other things. So collectors.mapping, you can just go and learn more about these things and see how far you can go. So guys, this is all about collectors.